So the worst thing I've ever done in terms of being vegan, very un-vegan-like behavior. Several years ago, I live in LA and it's the city. There are rats in the city, just like in the country, there's a lot of mice. My mom had mice in her house. Well, I have rats running around in my backyard. It's just a hazard of living in the city. And one day I had left the window open and it was in the middle of the night and I heard something running around in my kitchen. And I realized it was a rat. There was a rat in my house. I was freaked out. I went and I spent the night out of my house. Yeah, I was freaked out. It's a little rat. I mean, it seems kind of silly. It's just a little rodent, but just the thought of it like jumping up on me or running around, you know how fast they are. It freaked me out. So the next day I went to Target and I bought glue traps. Glue traps, I don't know if I wasn't thinking, I was just really so concerned about getting rid of the rat that I didn't stop to think how inhumane glue traps are. But I placed a glue trap. I left the house again. By next morning, I think it was still empty in the morning. But then when I got home from work, the glue trap had captured the rat, and I called my landlord to come and remove the rodent, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it." And he's right. I didn't want to see it because that's horrible. But yeah, I mean, the thought of how that poor little rat, and he said it was a baby rat too. The poor little baby suffered, was probably terrified for hours and hours. I mean, it's got to be like torture. So, needless to say, I would never do that again. I am very careful now to make sure that I never leave windows or doors ajar, knowing that, there are rats running around in LA. But yeah, would I ever use a glue trap again? Never. Not even those little snappy ones that snap their neck, because they don't always kill them right away either, so they're going to suffer. Uh, I worked at a job recently where we had a regular rodent guy that would come, and he had these little traps that were like little boxes, and basically when the rat goes inside the box, the little door shuts and it's just inside the little box, and it's ventilated so that the rat can breathe. And then they come and take the rat, and I'm not sure what they do with it, but obviously you could just release it outside without killing it or making it suffer too much. Probably it's a little bit scared to be stuck in that box, but it's got to be way better than having your neck stuck under a snapped trap or being stuck in that glue trap. So anyway, you know, vegans are not perfect either, but I did learn my lesson just because I can't, I still think about that to this day and how sad that is, that the little innocent little rat. I mean, he was born a rat. His intention is not to harm me. His intention is to live a life, do what they do. They go find food, and they mate, and then they nest, and they whatever rats do. That's his nature, and he had no intention on hurting me. He just want to live his life. So it is, yeah, I would never again. So never again with the glue traps. There's still a lot of things I'm learning. I've got a lot of, sweaters that are wool. I've I don't have any leather, but I do have leather shoes actually, which I still wear, but I do not buy anymore. And yeah, it's a bit of a challenge sometimes. I mean, finding non-leather shoes that are fashionable and professional and not don't look like garden clogs is sometimes challenging, but it's getting easier because there's more and more companies coming out with vegan products, and also it's worth it because I don't want to support that kind of stuff anymore. Those industries, I just don't want to support them anymore. But yeah, we all make mistakes, and I guess we learn from them and we move on and do better next time.